Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike, and today I want to talk about the 7 things that I like about the TYM 2515H. Now, the first thing that I really like is that this machine comes standard with auto throttle. A lot of machines you either have to pay for it as an upgrade or they just don't offer it altogether. Now, auto throttle has its place. You can't use it in every circumstance. Like if you're needing to travel slow, like if you're tilling a garden or something like that, you're going to need your RPMs up quite a bit. That's why you do have the hand throttle to use in situations like that. But I do think the auto throttle is more fuel efficient, because whenever you're just running around and you stop, your hand throttle isn't all the way up like it is if you didn't have a hand throttle. So as soon as you let off the pedal, the auto throttle comes down and it comes down to idle. Same with whenever you go take off. You push on it and it acts almost like an accelerator pedal on your car. Now, this is the first machine I've ever owned that has auto throttle on it, and so far I really like it. Now, the second thing that I like about the 2515H is that it comes standard with cruise control. Same deal, cruise control isn't for everyone, but certain circumstances, like if you're tilling and you want to be at a constant speed going through your garden, cruise control is real handy for that. If you've got a large acreage that you're brush hogging in, cruise control is really going to help your foot from getting so tired from having to press on the pedals. Or if you've got deep property that you travel back and forth on your machine, cruise control is really going to help you. So on the cruise control, the way that works, you've got this magnet right here that moves on this plate. And if you press forward or backwards, that plate moves. And as soon as you press that cruise control button, that magnet engages and locks itself to this plate. So the third thing I like about this machine is actually the size. This is the smallest tractor I've ever owned. This machine is great getting through the timber that I have back here. It's short enough and small enough that I'm able to get in and around different things, things that I wouldn't be able to take my large ag tractors through. This machine has no problem getting through it. So the next thing I like about this machine is these machines come standard with the skid steer quick attach on the front end loader. To me, this is probably one of the best systems just because it opens the door to all sorts of different attachments that you can run on your machine. I'm not really a fan of tractors running a proprietary system. Both my Ford tractors have the same style, but they're not interchangeable. One's wider than the other, and it's more of a pain because you got to have multiple attachments for multiple different machines. I've got pallet forks for this tractor right here. I've got pallet forks for the large ag tractor. The middle-size ag tractor will not fit either one of them. So that's kind of a pain, and it's costly to have more than one of the same implement to use on a different machine. Really wish across the board that they would do a standardized system like the skid steer quick attach. I'm not saying that the skid steer quick attach is the best hookup for machines, but the skid steer quick attach by far has the biggest wide range of things that you can hook to it. There's some systems that are better than this, but again, it's costly and it's kind of a pain to have multiple different attachments. I've got 3 different tractor buckets, and each one will only fit on that specific tractor. All right, now the next couple things that I like about this machine is, one, the cost. This is one of the cheapest machines in this size that you can get. And the second part of that is this machine has the best lift capacity in its class. There's not another machine out there in this class range, this 25 horsepower, that can pick up and do the things this machine will do. This machine is 25 horsepower and it will pick up 2,200 pounds of weight at the pin. I recently tested that on a few different things. This thing will pick up at least 2,200 pounds. You just want to be careful when you're picking up things close to its max weight, because you can tear things up pretty easy if you're not careful. Okay, now something else I really like about this machine is this machine does not have a seat safety switch. I know there's a lot of machines that do, and this machine does not have a clutch. So I can start this machine, not have to be in the seat, and technically, you really shouldn't do it, but technically you can move this machine forward and backwards a little bit if you need to from not being in the operator cab. Now, that is not a safe thing that a person should practice doing all the time, but if you're backed up to brush hog or something like that and you just need to move a little bit, an inch, something like that, you possibly could get away with doing that from the side of the machine. But having to get up into the operator station and starting the machine, a little bit of a pain, having to push a clutch in. Now, there's a ton of tractors. Our large tractor, you have to be in the operator station, push the clutch in to start it. Our smaller ag tractor, you can start it just like you do this. You just want to make sure that's got a manual transmission in it. Make sure it's in neutral before you go to start it. But if you're off the machine and you're using the loader and you've got the machine stopped and you need to pick something up just a little bit more while you're working or whatever the circumstance is, you can start this machine from the side and run the loader controls. But being able to do that is handy. It should be limited on the circumstance, because you can get yourself in some trouble if you either don't know what you're doing or not paying attention. And I do have a little bonus of something else I like on this machine, which I thought this was standard on a lot of machines, and it isn't. My valve stems have a protective cover, a shield, if you will, on the front and rear of this machine. The rear is recessed into the rim just a little bit, but those front ones are normally right up here close to the edge, and with you turning, and if you're in brush or anything like that, those are normally the ones that you're going to rip off, and that makes for a real pain when you have to stop your job, take the tire off, and go get it fixed. Now, this machine does have other things that I like about it. I've got almost 40 hours on this machine now. I use it almost daily. There's several manufacturers that don't include necessarily what is included on the 2515H, and I think that's one of the things that sets this machine apart from others. Now, we will be coming up on our 50-hour service here pretty soon, so I am curious to see how the ease of maintenance is on this thing. We'll be doing a video on what all we need to do: engine oil, fuel filter, hydraulic transmission fluid, and filters. So kind of looking forward to getting that done and seeing what all it entails to do. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found some of this informational or learned something that you may not have known about the 2515H if you're in the market for one. But if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.